A thoroughly entertaining encounter then finishes 1 apiece between Arsenal and Liverpool. Fair result, Steve?
Absolutely a fair result. I think of the two sides, Arsenal will be more disappointed that they never got the 3 points.
Yep.
As far as chances, both sides probably had the same amount. Probably had as good a chances as each other. Obviously the Mane goal should have stood. But as far as the game's concerned, I'd have to say Arsenal were the better side.
In saying that then, does that silence the naysayers? You're saying Arsenal aren't that good because they haven't played anyone yet?
100%. And I was one of those people. I wasn't convinced, but having watched them stifle Liverpool and actually look better, certainly going forward. We're always talking about how great Liverpool looked going forward with the front three. Well, that front three was not at their best again today, and Arsenal definitely caused Liverpool problems at the back. But fortunately, Liverpool do have a good defence, and the chances Liverpool gave Arsenal were tough ones. So listen, Liverpool, I think after this display will be happy with the point.
What was that with Liverpool though? You talk about Arsenal stifling them. Was it that simple? They seemed a bit, I suppose, average today.
Yeah, they were average. The front three haven't been at the best. But the engine wasn't quite at its best today. The middle of the park is usually where all the energy and the drives comes from. They didn't win the ball back as much as they normally do. They basically didn't do all the things they normally do. And that's why ultimately I think Liverpool were not at their best as a unit.
Thank you very much, Stevie. Just a reminder, ESPN FC will be available later today on ESPN+. More on that game, plus the rest of the action from around Europe today. Plenty of Premier League action to digest from Saturday's matches. Just a reminder how they finished. It all started on the South Coast. Manchester United coming from behind to beat Bournemouth by 2-1. Rashford with that late effort. Meanwhile, Leicester with a 1-0 win over Cardiff. Everton comfortable 3-1 victors over Brighton. Newcastle with finally a win beating Watford. West Ham with a 4-2 victory over Burnley. 1 apiece between Arsenal and Liverpool. Meanwhile, Wolves losing that late game 3-2 against Spurs. Let's start off with the early match, shall we, Stevie? United getting it done very late.
Yeah, and very lucky. Well, the truth is that they should have been dead and buried by half-time. Had it been 3-0, then nobody could have complained, but it wasn't. Bournemouth didn't take advantage of the situations they got themselves in. And, of course, you leave United hanging around with the quality they do have, the individuals, then it can bite you, and that's pretty much it. Bournemouth deserved more than they got. Manchester United didn't deserve what they got, but they win. Meanwhile,
the most hotly anticipated game was Arsenal against Liverpool. From Neutral's point of view, it was great, thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, good game. From a Liverpool point of view, I think disappointing would be the best way to say it. Going forward, they weren't quite at their best. The middle of the park where they usually dominate, they were absent. But defensively they were strong, and that's why they got something from the game. Arsenal, all positives.
Yeah.
A lot of questions asked whether they were the real deal. No question they were competitive for 90 minutes. And you've got to say they were the better side over the 90 minutes as well.
And then finally, Spurs against Wolves. This one looked done and dusted. Spurs 3-0 up, loving life, no problem. Let Wolves back into the game. And in the end, Wolves maybe could have got a point from it, but it's another stake from Spurs who are doing well away from home this season.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Yes, they won the game away from home in the Premier League. It's always a good result. But again, from a position where the game should have been over, they've let a side back in it.
Yeah.
They have been letting sides not only back in it, but losing points from it. This time they got away with it. But again, you've got to look at it and say, same old Spurs.
Steve, well, they won.
Yeah, but sometimes, we always talk about when you draw a game by scoring in the last minute of the game, it feels like a win.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when you've dominated the game so much and almost thrown it away, regardless of getting the point,
that's harsh.
You have
they still get the point. They still get the points. Yeah. Anti-Spurs.
Thank
you very much, Stephen. Of course, a lot more from us available later today on ESPN+. All the highlights from the Premier League, plus we're talking La Liga and Bundesliga as well. ESPN FC available on Plus later today. Mourinho clearly frustrated, doing things during the week, but it's not being put into practice at the weekend.
You know, the very first thing that you have to do as a coach is make sure that when your team go on the field, that they're ready, they're concentrated, and they're at it. And Man United, this season, I can't remember once ever they've come out the blocks and been ready and at it. And that is the coach's fault. You know, you're trying to blame the players after a minute, and you're trying to put it down to some sort of tactics as well. To me, he's not taking responsibility. He has to get them to start the game properly. Now, they've been fortunate in games where other teams haven't taken advantage of situations, and that's exactly what you would say about this Bournemouth game. Bournemouth could have been 3-0 up at half-time. Now, they didn't take advantage of it, and because United have players with technique and ability and a flair whenever they're at it, that's why United end up winning this game.
Pogba, I thought, was excellent in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking... Everybody's always very quick to jump on his back, but, you know, if there was one guy from start to finish who was trying to cajole and try and get his team forward and be the guy, be the rudder of that side, it's Pogba. And his ball at the end is just delightful.
Mourinho clearly frustrated, doing things during the week, but it's not being put into practice at the weekend.
You know, the very first thing that you have to do as a coach is make sure that when your team go on the field, that they're ready, they're concentrated, and they're at it. And Man United, this season, I can't remember once ever they've come out the blocks and been ready and at it. And that is the coach's fault. You know, you're trying to blame the players after a minute, and you're trying to put it down to some sort of tactics as well. To me, he's not taking responsibility. He has to get them to start the game properly. Now, they've been fortunate in games where other teams haven't taken advantage of situations, and that's exactly what you would say about this Bournemouth game. Bournemouth could have been 3-0 up at half-time. Now, they didn't take advantage of it, and because United have players with technique and ability and a flair whenever they're at it, that's why United end up winning this game.
Pogba, I thought, was excellent in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking... Everybody's always very quick to jump on his back, but, you know, if there was one guy from start to finish who was trying to cajole and try and get his team forward and be the guy, be the rudder of that side, it's Pogba. And his ball at the end is just delightful.
Gareth Bale very much taking the brunt, taking the criticism from the fans after a poor run of form.
Listen, when Ronaldo left, it almost felt like Gareth Bale was kind of puffing his chest out and saying, right, watch, I'm going to take over the mantle.
He was exactly doing that.
Right. It hasn't worked out, but I can't honestly say it hasn't worked out just because of Gareth Bale himself. It's not like his team is setting him up with chances. I mean, we've shown a half chance there, and everybody's calling it a chance. So he has to take responsibility for that. But let's be honest. You know, all this talk about Madrid having 8 Ballon d'Or candidates. Where are all them? Where are they? I mean, where's Modric, the supposed winner of this Ballon d'Or? Where has he gone? Where's Asensio? Where's Isco? I mean, where is everybody? But unfortunately for Gareth Bale, he's the one getting it all.
But he kind of dug this hole after the Champions League final, saying, I'm going to have to speak to my agent. You know, if I'm not getting game time, I may have to look to move elsewhere. He's given game time. He's been given the chance to be the man at Madrid, and so far he has fallen way short.
I just feel as though I have to stick up for him.
Why?
Because the truth is, it doesn't matter what this guy has done since he's gone there. The mere smell of a problem at Real Madrid, and everybody gets on his back. And as I said, had all these other superstars been playing at the top of their game,
but no other
I would
superstar said it
understand
after the Champions League final, did they? It's the problem.
No, he didn't say, right, I'm the guy. He didn't say, right, hey, I'm going to carry this team. He didn't say that.
But he alluded to that's what he wanted.
Oh, he alluded. So everybody's assuming that's what he's
talking
about.
So if I say, I
you know what allude means to?
He said, I want playing time. I want to be a starter at Real Madrid. Right. Otherwise, I'm going elsewhere.
Well, that's a little different than saying, right, I'm going to take over this mantle. I'm going to be the #1 superstar. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I never said that.
But in saying that...
He said he wanted the opportunity. He wanted the chance to play. That's a big jump from, I want to play, to now he's alluding to be, he's got to be the king of Madrid.
But why shouldn't he want to be the king?
Yeah, but he never said that.
He's one of the most...
Of course he should. Of course he should. But he didn't say that.
So why is he falling short?
He is falling short because his team aren't supplying him. He's obviously low in confidence. And because at the end of the day, when you step on the field and you know that every person in the stadium is against you, at home, it makes it twice as hard.
But we saw it before. The Bernabeu have done this. They've whistled Ronaldo in the past, and look how he responded.
I would suggest that Ronaldo may have been whistled on a couple of occasions. Gareth Bale has been getting this for 2 seasons at least on the trot. That's a lot. That's a lot different ball game, Dan, than a couple of games.
Not sure. Was that a highlight? Did Unai sit like this, or did he put it down when he left? No. It's not possible, yeah? Still? Okay. Hi.
Do you feel aggrieved that the Sadio Mane goal was disallowed?
I think it was a goal. So, do I feel aggrieved? I'm not sure. No. I only think it should have been a goal. That's how it is. That's a football situation. I said it already 20 times, so sorry that I'm a bit. It's football. When I was a player, the offside rule was different. So somebody was in the area where the ball went down and was immediately the ref whistled. And now it's the situation, we all know that when we watch a game and the ball is going and the one player is offside and nobody whistles, and then he's going to the ball because the thing is not offside, and then the ref whistles. So this was different. So that's actually, it was a brilliant attack. That's what you do on the training ground, that you bring one player, you keep one player in between the centre halves, slightly offside, but the other player takes the ball. And so that's a pity that it didn't count, but we made a few more mistakes tonight than the ref, but in this moment I would have been nice if this goal would have counted.
Jürgen, how good a match was that?
Intense, very intense. It was clear Arsenal is in a very good moment, so I thought, and the problem we made life a bit too easy first half for them. We were formation-wise, was not happy how compact we were, stuff like that. When we had the ball, it was good. We were a threat. We were behind. The start was like, wow, Arsenal is there, but with the first attack we had, everybody knew, okay, they are not too bad as well. So it was then a pretty open game. That's okay. Absolutely. I think our set pieces were outstanding. We should have scored from them. Virgil said immediately after the game to me, I should have a hat-trick, but he has not even one. That's the shame. And so second half we changed formation a bit, and then it helped us today. Scored a really nice goal. Had super counter-attacks. That still again played good football in a lot of moments, but of course. And Arsenal did it already a few times this year when they brought them pretty much all their strikers. I was actually waiting for Van Persie and Bergkamp that they come as well. So and because first half we were not compact enough, the three in the midfield had to do too much, and then one time you don't close the half space and they play the ball through, and then they can score the goal. So that's it. Not nice, but of course a point at Arsenal will always be absolutely good result. So we take that, and now let's carry on.
John, Jürgen, you played a very, very good team today. You're on a great run. Has this shown how difficult the Premier League is this season?
Yeah. I'm not surprised about that, to be honest. It was always difficult against Arsenal. We had last year much more, maybe. I'm not sure if the game last year was better. We only scored all more. That's it. We used our chances better. That's it. And then it was a 3-3, I think, the last one. Very spectacular. Today it was not. For me, it was not less spectacular, only with less goals. And that's it. That's it. So I knew before that it would be difficult. But if we do a bit better in the first half, it would have been more difficult for Arsenal, even more difficult. And but how I said, we scored, we created chances, we had the biggest chances in the game. We had empty goals and didn't use it. That's not too cool. And I think if you want to win at Arsenal, you should use these kind of chances. I know but they had chances as well, of course. But I think we had the bigger ones. That's it.
Can I ask, what do you think of the idea of a European Super League?
Actually, I have not a real opinion about it. Personally, it sounds really nice because it sounds like a lot of much less games and much more money. It sounds like. So I'm completely fine with the league football how it is in the moment. I think it's a bit a sign of. At least that's an idea which is not immediately. We don't do it immediately. People. I'm not even sure if somebody spoke about it, to be honest, at the end. But it looks like. But all the other wonderful ideas of the FIFA and UEFA, they do it immediately. They don't ask. You see, then okay, now we have 20 games more, all of us. So and not more money. So that's the thing.
Any final ones, guys, from the Sundays before we do Mondays? No. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I don't know exactly. Good evening. I am happy with our performance. I think today the balance in the 90 minutes is more balanced, positive with the control against them, but it's very difficult not to let them have chances also. And you need a leader lack some moment on the matches, and also we need when we are attacking find our goal. Is the reason at the end 1-1 I think is good result for how is doing the match in the 90 minutes after 1-0 when we are losing, and is the reason we are happy the 50%, and then deserved maybe also we can lose in one moment, and in the 90 minutes maybe we can also win in the balance, in the 90-minute balance.
After the results against Man City and Chelsea, how important was it that you impose your style and your way of playing against Liverpool and get a positive result?
First is today I think is our paces in the match. Our intensity is very big intensity. Maybe the first day against one team, their one characteristic is this intensity, and then also with a very big player for the more quality. And this way I think is good for us, and today is good test for us. We need more. I think we need more in our work, in tactically also. But today the spirit is, I think this spirit is like we want. And also the atmosphere today is very big atmosphere. The supporters pushing 90 minutes. I think today is one good spectacle for very supporter for them, for us, and also for the football.
Do you feel like the belief is growing around the club?
Pues que va creciendo la convicción en torno al club.
But I think the progress is with a time. Long time in the football is very difficult to ask, to demand, to ask a lot of time. But we need, and for example, for me, it's a good example against Manchester City, against Chelsea, today against Liverpool. 3 teams they are in front us. How different matches we play it, and I think in these three matches, I think today is more complete game for us in this match.
Feliz cumpleaños, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Would you say the turning point of the match was the introduction of Iwobi, and his introduction actually re-galvanized the side and managed to get the level of 40 stars?
El punto clave fue la entrada de Iwobi, fue el que dio más impulso al equipo.
We need every player, and the characteristic each player he has is important. And Iwobi, he can impact hard in the match. At the beginning, also when we play after starting in the bench. And today I think first start right, then I think it's better left, and this impact in some moment on the match, like our goal, I think is important. And his energy also is important, his quality, but he can improve, he can do better also, because he scored against Chelsea a lot of matches, and I want to be more near in the box, to having chances to score more, and he can. I think he is very young and he's improving, but also with the ambition for because he can do more.
You said before the game that you wanted your team to rewrite history in these matches against top teams. You didn't win, but did you prove a point today that you're very close to matching the top teams?
The first is Premier League is the first competition for us, because it is giving us the big regularity on the season, 38 matches, and it's very important when you play against City, against Chelsea, against Liverpool, and if you win, it's better. But another matches also is very important, because 3 points is the same against Liverpool like against Crystal Palace, or against next week against Wolverhampton. It's the reason I want the mentality, and also maybe today is one test, how we are against one team like at Liverpool. After City, after Chelsea, maybe today we are more near than our performance for to be in front end. But also we need this regularity every matches, and the next week against Wolverhampton here is another match, the same important like today.
What do you think?
Last one, guys.
What do you think of the idea of a European Super League?
I don't know exactly. I don't know.
Do you think it would be a good idea?
Maybe it's one discussion more big and more time for explain together the football world and the people in the football for who is the best competition in the world in the football. It's one discussion, I think, more big and more deep in the knowledge.
Just on the Lacazette goal, how good was that?
We have a top scorer like Aubameyang. Also, I want he can score a lot, Lacazette and other players. And this statistic for me is also important. And this goal is for Laca, for us is important. And continuing creating chances for a score is important. I think today we have a lot, and this for win or to win is important in this way, having chances.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.